powered by Riverside.
Hey! Hey! Hey, everybody, welcome to Gorp. Happy New Year, 2023. You all know me, I'm Josh, joined here by Brooke and Frey. This is the show where we have a receptacle based on a theme. Today it is the new year. This is like something you might have in a dip at the party, perhaps. We're kind of reaching for this one. Today we're missing Jess. Rest in peace. No, she's fine. Something wrong with her house. Weather. But we're talking about the new year. What do you guys think? How you guys doing?
Doing good. I'm curious what Gorp stands for this week.
It stands for get out resolution, people. Because I don't want to hear it.
Get out.
Get out.
Yeah.
We all know Susan's only going to stick to it till March.
How was y'all's New Year's this time around, by the way? Start with that.
I had a great New Year's. Yeah. I actually went to Minneapolis.
Like
went
Prince.
to an arcade.
Like
And
an old school
had
arcade?
really good food. Yeah, there was like Miss Pac-Man. There was pinball machines. The arcade's called Up Down. My buddy Matt gave me the details on it.
Up Down. That's good.
It was a very nice time. Burger had a good time.
I'm really happy about that. What about Free Eye?
Me too.
No, I didn't do anything. We
No.
were sick. I was really sick. Yeah. Like,
No.
we were going to have a party, and you could see the fireworks from our backyard, but we were just sick, just gross sick, and it was
Sick dog.
I think I cursed
nasty.
myself on the sick day podcast.
Yeah, I'd say that all the time. Like, I don't really get sick, and then I got COVID and the flu, like, within 2 months. Hypocrite,
temp
right? Anyway,
It was
I went to
funny
bed at, like,
too.
9:30.
Like, I'm sorry, I
Go
fly
ahead.
all the time, right? And then the
Yeah.
3 weeks I'm home, 4 weeks I'm home, not flying, not going anywhere, I get sick.
Your body probably
Yep.
needed the rest, and it was like,
Yeah.
okay, let's just redo everything.
Yeah, I noticed that
The
sometimes
reset
for me, like, a lot of times, like, when my body subconsciously realizes I'm allowed to be sick for this weekend because there's nothing to do, it finally is like, okay, we're shutting down today. Like, you're not doing anything but pooping.
Mm-hmm.
What's new, dude? So going into 2023 and stuff, like, what do you got going on? What's been new? What's happening?
Oh,
Nobody?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll start. I just moved and got a gym membership for the first time in 3 years. Got a new job actually starting tomorrow. I tried pumpkin pasta recently. It was pretty good. And
I have questions about pumpkin pasta.
tell me.
Was it like the noodles were made of pumpkin, or was it
Yes.
like the sauce was made of pumpkin?
Also, yes. It was pumpkin-y pasta. And
So
then
it was
the
pasta pie.
And it was like, I think it was spinachy cheese. It was almost like a ravioli, but like a half, like a taco with stuff in it.
I've always wanted to have a pumpkin ravioli.
Pumpkin ravioli. It's pretty good. It was a treat. Also new was I've eaten 3 pumpkin pies this year. That's not new for me historically, but it's been a long time. Almost entirely to myself.
And
so.
that's why he got the gym membership this year.
Yeah. It was like the heroin addict who's like at the bottom of the bathroom in the subway. He's like, I gotta change my shit up, dude. You know?
But what were you doing then? What's your image of that? You sitting with like the open refrigerator on the ground with
Like
like
3 pumpkin pies.
Yeah. I'm slumped against the refrigerator with my shirt off, and there's like pumpkin pie filling in my belly button, and I'm just like sweating as I am now, breathing
It's
heavily.
So good. It's so good.
And then I do the
whipped cream
Tupac
just-
voice. Tupac voice.
What's his-
We gotta start making some
Do you
changes.
remember
Let's change the way we eat.
You remember D'Angelo from The Office? Like the first day after Kevin or Steve Carell's character, Michael Scott's gone,
Oh,
and they have
yeah.
the cake for the party,
Mhm.
and he looks down at the cake and he's like, "No!"
Yeah,
Like, he yells at-
for sure. Why am I even doing this? This is so weird.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hey, what's new? What's new? I have a lot of new things. I don't know. I'm not ready to talk about all of them just yet.
Nobody cares.
But
I'm sorry.
yeah, nobody really cares. I don't know. What are we doing? New Year's resolutions, or is it just New Year?
Oh no,
new-
resolutions is
new
up
for
on the thing.
23?
No, just like what's current events in like the last few years for you, perhaps, if you want to dig a little deeper. What's newish for you?
What's new for me? Well, I'm going to school. So being a student online is new. We live in Wisconsin right now. That's pretty new.
A lot of beer up there.
That's not new.
Fried food.
Lots of beer and cheese.
Yeah, just beer everywhere.
Cows.
I got a rowing machine and it's broke.
Sweet.
That was new.
You outrode it?
That went so fast. It like spun out of control immediately.
Yeah, that's pretty new. I'm trying to take things and process emotions more openly. That's been kind of new for me. I have a tendency to harden up and kind of deflect a lot of emotions.
Nice.
And I'm just leaving my heart wide open, and I'm going to be a softie.
Nice, dude. Be a softie. Yeah, we've been talking about that. I'm not sure. I don't know if either one of you know, but the two of you are my emotional outlets in life. Brooke, I talk about like life goals and intimate feelings and just emotional stuff. Fry, I just unload all my negativity on you. So the two of you are very crucial to my state of mind. I forgot where I was going with this.
I love it.
Yeah. So me and you, Brooke, we're talking about, for me, it was like, whenever I'm trying to figure out like the right way to go, I go with something like, okay, like stretching in the morning. I start stretching in the morning and my thought is, you're lame. You're weird. This is lame. Like, don't do this. But that's wrong, right? It's just a stupid, negative thought. So I've come to realize that everything that I think is weird, I should be doing because I'm weird, right? So like you're trying to be a softie, I'm trying to be a weirdo and just embrace just being weird and liking it.
We're here for the weird stuff.
What's new? Like, I think like most humans, I think most don't admit it. I think I struggle to not just go absolutely insane all the time. Yeah. Like, you go through like also these things like I'm not doing enough or I'm doing too much.
Right.
There's never like a neutral for you. You're never like, oh, this is perfect. It's always like those two things fighting in your head.
Right.
I did submit to Service to Student to help me write my stuff for my graduate degree. I'm going to apply to different universities for my graduate degree. So I guess that's new.
That's awesome.
Good job.
Thank you. We'll see how I do. I don't know what's new. What's new always freaks me out because I kind of live in the moment. Like, I think Josh and I really connect on that level as well, where we're not really planners. And we get really stressed out when people try to plan every single activity that's going on. And we're just going just do stuff and like take it as it comes, as opposed to like, we have to have this rigid structure to everything we do. Like, I feel like structure will happen throughout your day. You don't have to like try to force me to do stuff that you want to do. But yeah, no, I mean, I guess that's new. I got into the VA website again because I'm looking into some different things with the VA. I think Josh I have his emotional, but Josh is because his dad's a bodybuilder. I don't know if you know. Like, I talk to him a lot because he lifts the weights. We tease him, but he does do it a lot and he swims a lot. I know that I'm a good looking human, but like, I feel like I'm disgraceful all the time. Like, literally, like, I'm like, oh,
yeah, you get the dysmorphia.
You're so terrible. Yeah, exactly.
You gotta work on that self-love.
I think that's the hardest thing is whenever things start going well. That's why I'm so nervous to say, like, this is what's new. Is whenever things start going well, I think I have, like, these, I think it goes all the way back to, like, childhood. I don't know if you guys are the same. Where I have, like, kind of, like, this self-destructive piece of me that I fight. Like, I'm like, I need to destroy everything. Things are going way too well. Let's mess some things up.
It's like you thrive in chaos a little bit. I think I relate to that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I get nervous. Like, I don't want to recognize or acknowledge things are going well, you know?
Don't want to speak too soon.
Move on.
And a topic.
Hey, the topic is resolutions. How do we feel about resolutions in general? And do you have any per se? You ever made a dumb resolution?
I'll just start,
like
Brooke.
A stupid one?
Brooke, I'll just start. I don't believe in resolutions since I was like 13 years old. I think like that's when I was like, this isn't real. Like, so after I believe in goals. Like, I believe in having like.
Yep.
Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, no, I was just going to make a stupid remark. Go ahead.
I believe in having goals and things like that. Like if you can actually set a standard goal that is measurable, attainable, realistic, and trackable, like I believe in that. But resolutions are never that. It's always some outlandish thing that you don't really have a plan for. You're just like, this year I'm going to do this, or this year I'm going to stop cursing. So I don't really believe in them. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I like that idea, like the new year, new me thing. Like, that's a cool mindset, I suppose. But, like, resolution, I think, infers motivation. And motivation comes and goes. Motivation is not discipline. A goal is discipline, And I say this as a person with no discipline. I haven't made a resolution in a long time. I like to make stupid ones, like I'm never going to touch anything green, and I know I'm going to break that, but it's fun to have that resolution. I just broke it by touching a leaf just now.
Walked on the grass barefoot.
Yeah, every time I touch a crack on the sidewalk, I have to say "walk a flock of flame." Silly things like that are fun.
Drop it to the flow.
So yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, it's good to have goals. It's good to have a mindset of betterment. And I think I've tried my best for a while with that, but resolution is never worked for me.
I've set resolutions before, and they've worked out well.
Good.
I did Ayurveda training. Fry, I don't know if you know this. Josh does. And it's basically a holistic healthcare through the elements in the season. So with winter, it's like a season of dying. And I think it's a good time to maybe put parts of your life that you want to die. Like maybe you struggle with spending too much money at restaurants or bars or whatever. It's a good time to let that part of your life die and find something else to fill it.
Fill the hole. Nice.
Or plant seeds, for something for spring to come and for the growth to happen. So I think it's a good idea, but I think that it's become probably really super Americanized, and resolutions are now everybody wants to get fit and lose 20 pounds or whatever.
No.
Be a millionaire.
Yeah. There's more to it, I think.
All you really you just have to eat a bunch of liver raw, and then you're good to go.
Raw liver. Preferably not human.
Brooke did already reveal that to us on an earlier episode.
Ayurveda. Yeah.
That you had done that course. Yeah.
She's bound to
I think one thing on that is in my experience in leadership, I don't think humans actually like accountability. I think they like to say they like accountability or being held accountable, but you don't like to hold yourself accountable, whether you realize it or not, like, because you'll find ways to either procrastinate or set it off to the side. Like, I think it's a very small percentage of humans that actually like being held accountable or can accept that. And Josh, I don't know if he's noticed, but he's taken on more responsibility at the Thesadfan company to help us try to grow.
Without agreeing to it.
I have a very gentle way of trying to help Josh with accountability without, like, I don't know. Do you notice when I'm trying to keep you accountable? Like, have you caught on yet?
Just don't be a dick. Yes, but yeah.
So I'm doing it right. I'm doing it right because he hasn't quite caught on yet. Now he knows. Now the secret's out of the bag. Don't be a dick. Now he's gonna buck. he's gonna buck every time. His Fry's being nice. He's trying to hold me accountable. But yeah, no, that's so I've tried to alter my way of holding people accountable for their like goals, whether it be like if someone comes to me with fitness goals or resume goals or job goals, or goals within our company. I'm very gentle about it because the fact of the matter is kind of like Josh said when he was talking about resolutions. If you want to do it and you actually have made a point to yourself that you want to do it, you'll stick to it. You'll create a goal and keep to that goal. But if you're just throwing it out into the universe and hoping that some figure helps you or blesses you, like nothing's going to happen. Like it requires accountability of some kind, whether it be accountability with nature, or accountability with yourself, or accountability from leadership. Like these things require some form of accountability. And if you can't stomach that, you're just not going to do it. I know that sounds cynical, but it's the truth.
No, sure. Yeah, I'm with that. I think a vicious cycle that we get into in general is okay, for me, I'm going to quit smoking. Cool. I'm gonna quit smoking. I'm doing it for real, for real this time, right? And then I'll have a cigarette in a couple days, and then the voice in my head will be like, "You shouldn't be smoking these cigarettes." And then like the voice that's me is like, "I'm having a cigarette," and then the voice in your head's like, "Well, you shouldn't be doing this." And then like 12 hours later, that voice, it just reverts into shame. So like, the shame monster in your brain is really closely attached to the part of your brain that wants to make resolutions and make stands in the, draw a line in the sand. And they're like brothers. Just going towards self-love instead, and self-motivation, a self-discipline sort of thing, and not beating yourself up over crap. Like, don't make hardline rules. Just work towards a goal. Just work towards it and give yourself little hugs. Dance in the mirror naked when you feel chubby. Just dance in the mirror naked.
Set micro goals.
Sandstorm.
Yeah.
Put on a tutu.
Set small goals that you can meet, because whenever you achieve your small goal, you'll get motivated. You'll be like, "I did that. Maybe I can do the next thing."
No,
but
see,
it's
I
funny
don't do
that you
that.
said that's shame.
I don't like that.
You like
that
big broad goal.
That's actually measurable and like proven to work. But small goals to me are like, no, I'm not doing that. Just draw every day, Josh. Just draw one picture every day. I'm not doing that. Even though I know it's good for me.
Dude, do you guys watch Big Mouth on Netflix?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shame monster is the first thing that popped into my head when Josh said shame. I was like, oh, the shame monster.
Toasts. So that's very common among
really
people
is.
drinking champagne and stuff.
It follows you.
Like everyone holds it up, and someone has to make a toast for no reason, and that one frat gets us the same thing. It's
on
really
one thing.
crass.
Just this.
You guys have any good toast? I used to have a good one that I half memorized, and then I totally forgot it now.
For those who live and those who die, it is for you. Tonight we get high.
I just cheers when people are making toast. I'm like, yeah, I'll drink to that.
Here you go. Did you ever have a go-to person when it came to toasts? Like in the group where you're like, oh, I know who I'll go to. That girl's going to be great at this toast, or that guy's going to be great at this toast. Anyone?
No. Anyone who is great at toasts, I hate them. Like, I don't like, I hate that. It's like you read a joke in a book in middle school and you've held on to it your whole life, and I can't wait to give this toast again. And if you can't come in or come out, or I'm like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Bro, I just make up whatever comes to my mind. Like I freestyle rap whatever like what I just did. I don't even get high, and that just came to my mind. So there you go.
Tell us another one, please.
Make up another one.
Hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah, go. You're a freestyle artist.
Life's a game of track and field. With these shots, we will not yield.
Hey, good job, buddy. That's a good job.
We will not yield.
Never yield the motherland.
Just like Snoop Dogg said, drop it like it's hot. Let's all take a shot. There we go.
So the topic is goals now. So this is maybe more of a long-term thing, not like a resolution per se, but any goals you've been working on. We've already touched on a little bit, but maybe goals you can suggest.
I think it's like, what are your goals for the new year, right? Do you have a solid goal?
Yeah. I'm gonna get my house in order. That's really the general blanket statement, but I'm getting my house in order this year. Got a lot of things going on, and can't wait. I really can't wait. So that's I hope I get this done. Like, that's how most resolutions are for me. Like, I hope I can do it, but no, like, I'm getting my house in order this year. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna have a jet black mustache by the end of the year. I'm gonna have a 6-piece suit rolling on 20s. That's the end game.
You're gonna grow a black mustache?
Yeah.
Jet black.
Gonna figure it out.
But it's gonna grow. Like, you're not gonna dye it. You're gonna grow it.
No, I'm gonna grow it through sheer force of will. None of your business, you son of a bitch.
It's none of your business,
cool.
Right?
You'll see it when you see it.
Yeah. All right. My goals. I just want to stay soft. That's all I want to do.
Oh.
I'm gonna probably move this year, so got to figure that out. Yeah.
Stay soft and probably move.
I hope it's more than unconscious.
You said you're starting school this year, right?
Well, I started school last year. Regenerative living and sustainability.
Okay. So I think it's probably like an unconscious goal to pass every class for 2023, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think it's more than unconscious. It's probably conscious. I would hope.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I mean, sometimes we don't say these things out loud, but they're still goals. I joked when I said "don't die." Like, I would never, like, that's not a real goal, but it probably is a real goal because I would like to not die. You know?
No, I mean that's
So I
kind of
think it's
legit. My last job, sometimes I felt like I'm going to die here. Like literally, that's been a feeling that I've had,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
and I made it out alive. Like I felt that's a real palpable emotion.
My only goal for 2023 is just get into a graduate program before the end of the year. Like, don't put it off again. I used moving to England as kind of a crutch last year because I had just graduated with my bachelor's degree in November of last year, or 2021, November of 2021, pardon me. And I was supposed to apply for my graduate degree in 2022, and then we got orders like in February to move to England. And I just kind of I'm sure I could have applied because I know I have to go to school online, right?
Okay, we're going deep.
And I just put it off. So I guess a goal is like stick through it, and that's why I went to Service 2 student to hold me accountable.
Okay. Let's get back on topic with New Year's memorable New Year's events or memories, perhaps. Okay, so I don't have a lot because New Year's isn't really one of my holidays that I give a crap about. But there's been a party or two here and there. I'm a big fan of the New Year's kiss, and I'm also a big fan of like when it's not necessary, like when you're single and you just kiss someone and it's like it's romantic and stuff, but it's also platonic. Like, hey, we kiss, cool, you know. So those are cool.
What else you got in that little memory bank of yours?
Actually, a good one. We used to live in. Me and my friends used to live in this crappy house, but right behind it was like a 2 double-decker small business building, and we found a way to climb to the top, and we all just like got on the roof around midnight and looked at the moon and drank MD 2020. That was a good holiday. Oh, me? I don't really have a whole lot of New Year's. Mostly, you know, I drink a lot of whiskey, so that's like a prime night to forget. So I got a few, but that's it. Some stuff at the V Club, like the enlisted club in Italy, here and there. We've done some New Year's, right, Brooke? I'm sure at least one.
Yeah, I can't remember them, but I'm sure we did it. Yeah.
That's kind of a thing to do in the military, right? Like work and party. That's about it. That's your life.
Yep.
Right.
That is what you got. It's all we got.
Dude. Gratitude, dude.
Last year I spent New Year's in Albuquerque, and then the year before that I spent it in the desert, tripping balls in the middle of the desert,
Pepsi
watching
products.
the moonrise. That was pretty fun. I've
guess
probably
so,
had
sure.
some of my favorite New Year's the last 5 years.
Only if I get to be
it's been really
Dazzler.
crazy
She's
ride.
X-Man.
Especially, I mean, so we lived in the
What about
RV
you,
for like under a year, and that was just mind-altering, changed my life completely. Traveled and then just saw like we don't really need to do all of these things to be successful people. Like you just have to enjoy the moments as they come.
Bacon wrapped apes are pretty
You're
good.
going to be more successful than you wished for because I have a feeling we're going to take off. I do.
Hell yeah.
And Brooke's face is going to be on all kinds of shirts. The Dazzler.
Like
Be like our Dazzler. Do you know who the Dazzler is?
Yeah, just dancing.
Brooke? It's an X-Man. She's pretty awesome, actually. Like, I got a couple good memories. 2 of them.
Wow, it's just a mediocre year.
A lot of the ones like you guys in the military, I've probably forgotten. I know I've been to a bunch of New Year's Eve parties with
She's
the
a
military.
fucking rock star.
I know for a
She's a
2014, I watched the ball drop in Times Square. It was on my bucket list of things to do. Yeah, it was on my bucket list of things to do before I died. It was like that band performed with Iggy Pop. Those 2 girls, like, I drove my car off a bridge. I don't care. It was that year. That song was like super popular. They were.
So you were in there. Oh, dude, that was the anthem of the year, dude.
That was yeah. They were there. Macklemore was there.
Whoa.
Miley Cyrus was there. Miley Cyrus, like,
Nice,
I'll
dude.
never say a bad thing about Miley Cyrus again because like she is not what people think she is. Like
she gets mad a lot.
She was one of the few like super. Her and Macklemore were so cool to people. like around them. Like they weren't like they should be, you know, they weren't
Yeah.
like
Divorce.
I know Miley Cyrus's people were trying to like keep her away, and she was still leaning off the New Year's Eve stage, like shaking people's hands and catching hats and signing them for people. Well, Ryan Seacrest was like trying to like grab her. And how did we get so close to this stage, you say? Well, my dumbass decided, hey, we should go out for lunch before New Year's Eve, not knowing the thing that they locked down the street at like 1 p.m. At like 1 p.m., they locked the street down. So we went out for lunch and we left we left our coats. Yeah, and we were right in front of where the ball drops. Like right there is where we went to lunch, right? So we walk out and you're in a corral. Like already we walked out of the restaurant into a corral. No, it wasn't nice. My wife was pissed. She was very upset because she's from the East Coast and she's like, this is a tourist thing.
Fuck you, Fry.
She's like, this is a tourist thing. Only tourists do this. I was like, oh, it's going to be fine. Like, so our coats. So our coats are at the hotel. We're already here. New Year. I mean, it's 11 hours. We've got kind of cell phones at that time, right? 2014. And I'm like, it's going to be totally fine, right? And then the concert starts and everything, and that's fine. But at like 6 p.m., you don't see this because they don't show
hot dog water flavored coffee.
At 6 p.m., a blizzard hit, like a snow blizzard hit at 6 p.m. And we'd already been standing there for 5 hours. And it was so bad you couldn't see the buildings around you. Like it was that white. And then it stopped, right? The blizzard stops and it's fine. It's good. It only lasted 15, 20 minutes. Nothing stuck. But then they announced over the loudspeaker, like I needed Anna to hear this. This is now the coldest New Year's Eve on record. And when they do that, she just looks at me. She just looks at me with the meanest look ever. Like, and no words, just the meanest look on her face. But, you know, we made it through it. We met a cool Irish couple that had come all the way from Ireland to see it. They were right next to us.
Let's keep partying.
They found, like, one of the news guys had taken a bunch of those, like, glass frappuccinos, like the cold ones, and he put them in the hot dog heater in his newsstand, and he was selling hot coffee to people. And they were the bottled frappuccinos that I was like, this guy's got it going on. Yeah, so we were directly under the ball drop. I should get the video like every year on Facebook, like, hey, you remember this? And I'm like, yeah, that was a really cool time for us. And they like Nivea, I think, or Nvidia.
Oh my gosh, repressed
like
memory alert.
The skincare company, I think it's Nivea, was like a big sponsor. So they were handing out, they give you all kinds of stuff. Like they give you stockings and all kinds of stuff while you're there, hats. So that was really cool. I know there was this guy that people thought might have died for a long time because he just sat on the ground and didn't move. Like, and, like a lot of people, you know, the whispers start like, is he dead? Did that guy die? Like, but he ended up being alive. And the last story, we went to a James Bond themed New Year's Eve party a couple years ago in San Diego at the W Hotel. And it was on the roof of the W Hotel. And this is the memory I have from this New Year's Eve party. It's not New Year's Eve. It's literally my wife and I are standing there drinking, like I think I had a beer. She had a Prosecco. And we're standing there, and this girl sitting by the fire reaches out and grabs
that's something you
junk.
should laugh about.
Like,
it's not something you should be angry
out
about.
And grabs
okay.
my junk. And my sorry, you give me a second, and then you go over your repressed memory. So I look down, and I'm like, and Anna looks down, and she looks at me, and I'm like, I have nothing to do with this. And then she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Yeah, I felt like Peter Griffin when he gets hugged by the nudist. I was like, look at my hands, Lois. Look at my hands. It ended up being like, she went crazy. She's like, are you bleeping kidding me? And she starts yelling at the girl. And the girl, I'm not going to give you the whole dialogue. I have it still, what happened in my head very vividly. But they start fighting and literally ruined Anna's entire New Year's Eve. She sat like yelling at her friend. She's like, guess what just happened? She called my mom, and she said my mom just started busting up laughing on the phone. She said your mom wasn't even mad. She just started laughing.
Yeah, that's something you should laugh about. It's not something you should be angry about, but okay.
So those are my two New Year's Eve.
Yeah, that's gonna be
that,
the theme. Jeez, it's just a party. Well, alternatively, I was single at the time, but there was also a New Year's situation in Portland. I was with some friends. We just were hopping around, and at some point in the night we were at a gay club. And I got the whole credit card swipe from the back. Well, it's no big deal. We're all dancing, having fun, whatever, you know. But I just thought of that years and years later. So I don't know if this really works, but the last topic is worst New Year's ever.
Oh, oil check.
I don't know if it's what comes to mind for me is I don't know if it's worst or best.
Sorry, sir, just checking your levels.
But there was one time with the ex-wife, and this is when we were happy. It wasn't very long, but we had this whole thing planned. We got all dressed up and like looking sharp, looking good. We go to this one bar that we love, and we're having dinner, appetizers or whatever. And then it's like, I don't know, 2 hours until the ball drops. And we kind of just, we had a whole plan. There was a whole thing situated. We're meeting up with friends, and we just looked at each other and like, hey, you want to just go home and watch The Office? Yup. So we went to bed at 11. And so that's not really how you are supposed to party New Year's. So maybe that counts as the worst. But for us, it was just like this year for me. It's like, I just kind of want to go to bed. And that sounds pretty cool to me.
I had something kind of similar, but I didn't take it well. I was dating this guy, and he was a real asshole. And for New Year's, I was like, let's go do something. He's like, no, absolutely not. Okay, please? No. So he didn't even stay up. He just went to bed at like 10 o'clock. And I was like, okay, so I'll just sit here and count down by myself.
Dude, that's lame. Like, not even an explanation? You guys didn't even fight about it? It was just no? Anyway, he's sad and alone right now. He's playing Halo 4, and he's in his underwear with pumpkin pie in his belly button.
And he woke up and you weren't there because you went out and partied.
Still there.
I think it's funny because, like, I've said this a bunch of times, and I know, like, I don't know if Josh thinks I'm lying or if now he knows, like, a lot of what I do as far as, like, being irritated is a bit, but texting so monotone that, like, I get frustrated when people aren't catching on to the bit that I'm doing. So then I end up getting really irritated. But most of the time, I'm pretty even keel, and I'm pretty quick to forgive most things. Like, anything that happens, like, and I'll forgive myself a lot, too. Kind of like Josh does the self-soothe. Like, I do a lot of, like, it's fine. Just forgive yourself. Whatever. Yeah. Who are you? Who are you to judge yourself? And it's the truth. Like, I think about that a lot. I'm like, honestly, like, a lot of this shit, like, if you're not a bad person, but most of my New Year's Eves have probably been around that, like, when I'm really hard on myself, but probably look around and you did all right. You set a pretty good life.
Well, I think that's it for us tonight. I just want to close up just quickly with like, hey guys, just love yourself. Don't worry about the resolutions per se. Just figure out a way to make a better place to live and better place to be. But Happy New Year, everybody, 2023. You can find me, all that half rhymed, at JR Berkeley on the gram, or find us at Gorp Show on Twitter, or what is it? Thesadfan on Twitter. Go on, Fry.
The Thesadfan cast on Twitter. I am the Sad Fan on Twitter, and you can also reach us in the comments on our YouTube page at the Thesadfan Podcast Network. So the Thesadfan, all one word. Brooke, where can they reach you?
At Brooker Loves on IG.
Brooker Loves. Next week, I think we're talking about how nature always wins. If you have any suggestions for topics, please hit us up in the comments, and we'll see you guys soon.
How does nature always win?